Kathy's been with our organization for 12 years. She's a tenured veteran. She's a very dedicated officer, and I'm very happy to say that she's recovering nicely. Our command staff, who works with her in our Corrections Bureau, was just with her and has just returned from getting her status, and she's recovering nicely. We'll release her picture for the media as well. And just, again, I'm very thankful that she was successful in coming out of this incident relatively unscathed, and that she demonstrated such an amazing amount of bravery and courage in trying to keep this person in custody. A brief synopsis of what occurred yesterday and what we do know. Deputy Vermonti was assigned as a medical transportation officer from county custody to transport inmates to medical appointments. She does that on a regular basis as part of her duties assigned to the Corrections Bureau. Her job was yesterday to bring Mr. Ainsworth to a medical appointment. It was a follow-up appointment to a previous appointment that he had had a week or more ago. Mr. Ainsworth, in completing that that medical examination yesterday, broke free of custody by fighting violently with Deputy Vermonti. He struck her in the face, knocked her to the ground, and even bit her index finger to the point of her losing control of him. She continued to fight him, and when he broke away, threatened staff at the medical facility, and then entered into the parking lot, trying to flee. Deputy Vermonti got up and very courageously chased after Ainsworth, caught up with him in the parking lot, and a second fight ensued. In that second fight, Deputy Vermonti unholstered her taser and attempted to take Mr. Ainsworth into custody by tasing him. A fight ensued over that first weapon, and Ainsworth took custody of the weapon from him. He discharged that taser and shot her in the head. He charged her with the taser, essentially tasing her to incapacitation. Did that twice, and in doing so was able to then wrestle her sidearm, the .40 caliber auto pistol, from her belt, and also take her spare ammunition. As this second fight occurred in the parking lot, a person from the medical facility came out of the facility and began running toward them, yelling, in an attempt to break up the fight. At that point, Ainsworth stood up, aimed, and fired at that second person, missing her by our estimation of less than 2 feet. That stopped the woman, and Ainsworth ran off. And it's my personal belief that had that woman not engaged Ainsworth at that time, much worse could have happened to our deputy. Deputy Vermonti laid on the ground as Ainsworth escaped on foot. She was able to call out on her radio, give her location, give his description, and let other deputy sheriffs know that he was now armed and on foot, fleeing the area. I think you all know that Ainsworth then proceeded to a daycare center, where he broke into that daycare center, took hostages in that daycare center, and actually held the deputy's weapon to the head of one of the teachers in the facility. He took the keys to that teacher's car and then fled that facility. For some unknown reason, he did not take custody or drive her car away, and continued to flee on foot into the neighborhood where he was eventually caught. He broke into at least 2 homes in the neighborhood of the La Viega Elementary School area. In the second home that he broke into is where he was captured. In the first home that he broke into, that home was occupied by 2 people visiting the home, and he took custody of them and forced them around the room, and actually began to change clothing in their presence. At some time during that altercation with that second break-in, Ainsworth lost sight of the people that he was holding captive, and they were able to escape the residence. It was almost a 4-hour standoff between our organization, Santa Cruz Police Department's organization, and multiple allied police agencies that I'll name later. And then Santa Cruz Police Department assumed tactical operations because the residence where we believe Ainsworth was hiding is in the city limits of Santa Cruz. Somewhere just before 5 p.m., Santa Cruz Police Department entered the building where they found Mr. Ainsworth, and I'll let Chief Vogel talk about that tactical operation.